Hi, my name is Adam. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to give you 3 resources to calculate your CPP amounts. And a lot of you ask, like, how do I get this amount? Because my statement of contributions only tells me what I'm going to get at 65 if I keep working. The QPP does have if you stop working today, here's what you're going to get at 65. The CPP does not. And so how do we get that number? And again, I did a video with Runchey last week talking about his services that he offers. And I will say this, the resources I'm going to give you today will give you a very accurate number, as long as a few check boxes are checked. If not, you're going to want to loop back with Doug, and I'll go through that in this video. This video is sponsored by Neo, and more on them later on in this video. So for any of you that have done some homework on CPP and the calculation of CPP, you understand that it's a very complex formula. There's a dropout provision if you've had child rearing years or CPP disability, those knock off. It's not a simple calculation and a simple process. A lot of you look online or you get your CPP statement and say, okay, this is what I'm going to get at 65. But that's not the case. Whatever it shows you what you're going to get at 65, it assumes you're going to keep working based on your average of your past X amount of years. So there's this complicated kind of formula, and the number that it shows you at 65, it could be somewhat accurate, but it's not necessarily accurate. Doug Runchey actually did an article on Retire Happy. I recommend you read through it and you'll understand the complexity of CPP. Step 1, calculate your number of contributory months. Step 2, your tape. So there's this complicated formula, and as you go through here, again, we'll put the link below to this, figure out your dropout provision. So there's this long calculated formula that you need to figure out. And of course, it's a lot easier said than done. And in fact, Doug's laid out, here's the exact formula. I have passed this on to now 4 different computer programmers to build us this calculator. We wanted to build an internal calculator. I've been working on it for months. 4 people have started the process and then basically come back to me and said, you know what, Adam, we're bowing out, we can't do it. That shows you how complicated the process is. They all look at this up front and say, yeah, it seems pretty simple, we'll put it together. They start working on it and realize there's a lot of complexity around it. I will go back to the services that Doug offers, which is to give you a very, very, very accurate CPP number based on your exact payments and situation and all of that. The service he offers is fantastic. If you're worried about how much CPP you're gonna get, or if you've had children, so if you're going to apply for the child dropout years, or if you've been on CPP disability, you need to reach out to Doug and get those, as well as survivor benefit. If you're collecting a survivor benefit, there is a wrong and a right time to turn on your CPP. So you need to reach out to Doug. Now again, I'll link all 3 of these calculators below. The first one is cppcalculator.com, and this is actually one that Doug is putting together with another advisor, and they're putting this together online. Right now, it's a very basic calculator. It does not include the CPP child provision dropout or the CPP disability years. But again, you can put in your information here. You can actually upload statement of contributions in an HTML format right into here. So if you're comfortable doing that, you can do that, or you have to manually entry. So as you can see in the program here, it's very basic, but it's nice and clean. So you put in your information. Again, you can either upload this in or just manually enter it into. It'll tell you what the yearly maximum pensionable earnings, which is once you hit that point of earnings, then you've maxed out. If you make more than that, you know, that's the limit to pay into CPP. In this situation, we put in, you know, you paid in max basically from 18 all the way down to age 70, which is probably not realistic. But when you hit that calculate your CPP benefit, it's going to pull up this. So here's the report, and it'll actually tell you what your CPP payment would be for age 60 all the way to age 70. So you can see the differences in them, right? Taking it early, there's a penalty. Delaying it to 70, obviously there's an added benefit to that. And you can see kind of the crossover ages and scroll over and see the different ones. So it's a nice calculator, very nice presentation. But again, if you have any CPP disability or if you have any child rearing years, then this calculator isn't good for you. If you don't, if it's very simple, it's like, no, Adam, I don't have any of those. You can play around with this calculator, get a good breakout, get a break-even point, all of that. That's all in here. So that's calculator number 1. Before I jump into calculator number 2, I just want to thank our sponsor, Neo. Neo is a digital alternative to the major financial institutions in Canada, created by the founders of Skip the Dishes, offering a wide variety of financial products. I recently got my hands on the Neo Cashback MasterCard, and it has no monthly or annual fees. With the Neo Cashback MasterCard, you can get an average of 5% cashback, 5%, at over 7,000 Neo partners across Canada, like Walmart, Earls, Canadian Tire, and Petro-Canada, just to name a few. The sign-up process was super simple. I signed up online and received my digital card right away. then got my physical card in the mail 2 weeks later. And here's a physical card here. I got this in the mail not too long ago. Again, nice little presentation pops up here. What was great is that you get that digital card right away, like literally a minute after you sign up, you get a digital card. I was able to load that on my Google Pay. So I could load it onto my phone and use that for tap anywhere I go. And as we're heading up to summer here now, I often will go out on a bike ride with my kids. And I always have my phone on me and I never have my wallet on me. And we were out biking and we came across a new ice cream place just around the corner from us that opened up. And of course the kids want ice cream, so we had to stop in there. Luckily, I had my Neo card on my phone. So I was able to tap and pay with that. Very convenient, very handy. So it saved the day and got my kids some ice cream. Another great benefit with this card is that it's available to everyone in Canada, even those in Quebec. I know Quebec gets left out a lot. Look, if you live in Quebec, you can get this card, so it's for you as well. If you're interested in signing up for the Neo Cashback MasterCard, you can receive a $50 credit and 15% cash back on your first purchase with the link down below. So calculator number 2 comes from themeasureofaplan.com. And this one, again, we'll link up here. This is the website. When you click on the calculator, you get this nice calculator here. You can download it. If you download it into Excel format, it looks a little bit cleaner. And why I like this one is because there actually is this optimal age to start CPP. So it actually tells you when the best time is based on parameters. So in the top left, you can put your assumptions in here, your age, your projected annual income to future years, all of that. But again, you can put life expectancy. So a lot of you say, look, Adam, I'm not living past 85. Well, you can put that in here. And again, you can see on the right-hand side here, this checkbox. So now it's telling me, based on the parameters I put in here, the optimal time to start taking CPP is age 67. If I delay this to age 90, let's say I'm going to live till age 90, then it knocks it down to 69. So again, this is a great way to understand A, what your amount will be, but B, it'll help you with the optimal time. And that's a big thing, right? You want to calculate what is my CPP? And the second part of that is when is the optimal time to take CPP? Now, I will say this is a silo answer. CPP is one of the silos of income. You have your CPP, your OAS, maybe RSP, pension, TFSA, other sources of income. This is telling you the best time to take it purely on the CPP number. Of course, CPP has to integrate with everything else you have going on. So it may say 67 is the best time, but when you put all your other assets in there, it might actually make sense to bump it a bit later or take it a bit earlier. But this is going to give you a good general idea of how much and when to take it. The third and final calculator is from holypotato.net. And again, Doug has his hand on this one as well. So again, Doug is just the CPP kind of guru in Canada. He's helped some of these calculators get online. So we've linked this one below as well. Again, this one's nice and clean and simple. You can download it in Excel format. You put the current year, you put out in your current age, so let's say 55, and then you can put your income in here. Again, I've just put kind of a sample in here. Tells you what you're gonna get at different ages. It's a nice clean breakdown. So this is what's nice. And a lot of you ask me, okay, well, Adam, what's the effect of, I've paid into it from 18 to age 60, I've paid in the max. Is it worth it to take it now or later, all that? So these calculators are really good to kind of what if and stress test your CPP. Again, your CPP is just part of the overall financial picture, but it gives you a clear answer on this. So a lot of you ask, okay, Adam, if I retire at 55 and don't take my CPP till 65 or 70, what are the effects of that? Well, work through these calculators. It'll give you the answer to that. Again, if you have child rearing years or CPP disability or survivor benefit, I highly recommend reaching out to Doug. I'll put his link below. Again, if your calculation is a bit more simple, then you can use this calculator and get a really good, accurate number. Lastly, I will say that the measure of the plan option here, and again, I'll pull this up. If you look in the middle here, it does have child rearing dropout. And you can click on here and go yes for certain years. The problem with this is that I don't know how accurate it is. So you can use it and you can say, yeah, these are the years that I had kids under 7 and use child rearing and see how it affects you. The problem with that, I haven't stress tested or back tested it to see how accurate it is. So use it for what it's worth. I would use any of these 3 calculators, and I would use all 3 to see if you're getting similar or the same answers. I think you're going to get very slightly different answers from each one, but they're going to be close enough within 1 or 2% to say, yeah, that's what it's going to be. So find the one that works best for you. I haven't given up creating an internal calculator as well. I am still trying to find someone that adds in all the extra stuff, all the child rearing, CPP, survivor benefit, all of that. We are working on that. When we have it, we'll launch it out to you guys, obviously. But in the meantime, check out these 3 calculators. Again, if it's more complicated, reach out to Doug to get that number. We are working also on a DIY financial plan program right now as well. We're hoping to have that out by the end of the year. We offer fee-for-service financial planning. So if you're looking for a financial plan, again, CPP is a small piece of this. If you're looking for a plan, a comprehensive plan that maximizes income, saves you taxes, puts more money back in your pocket now and in your estate, we offer those plans. Check out our website, parallelwealth.com/planning. But I know a lot of you are more DIY, and I get questions all the time of, okay, Adam, is there just an online software I can use to kind of build out a financial plan? They're garbage, to be honest with you, in my opinion. I still haven't found one that I like. If you have one that you like, put a comment below, I'll check it out. But in the meantime, start working on your CPP. Figure out what makes the most sense for you, get your accurate number. And this also helps. If you hire us to put a financial plan together, obviously having accurate CPP will help as well. So thanks for joining us in this video. Hopefully it helps. Again, use these tools to help out, mapping out your retirement plan. Again, thanks to our sponsor Neo in this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. A lot of you watching this are not subscribed. Join the channel, join the community, and hit that thumbs up. It really does help get these videos out to more people. And as we know, more Canadians, more people across the world need help with financial and retirement planning. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.